YouTube, what is up? It is your boy Pretty Boy Floyd, and in today's video I'm going to be talking about mewing and how you can improve your facial structure just by correcting your head posture and your tongue posture. And this has made a big difference in my life. I started mewing 2 years ago and I've seen a big difference, and I know that you guys will also see a big difference, especially if you're under the age of 18 and before you hit adolescence. This will definitely, I know I have a lot of young subscribers out there who hit me up and ask me about, how can they improve their facial structure, how can they lower their body fat down. Lowering down the body fat is the main thing that will improve your facial structure. Now, when it comes to things that you can do besides that, mewing is what comes into play. So mewing is a process in which you naturally fix your facial structure with doing things such as proper chewing, swallowing, tongue posture, and also head posture. And at first, I know it is pretty hard to understand like what is mewing, and basically all it is just tongue posture and head posture. Just no mouth breathing. Mouth breathing will ruin your facial structure. You'll see a lot of guys out here with like their jaw is like dropped almost. It kind of looks like this. It's like I can't even pull it off, just because like I've been mewing for so long, and like the muscles that you build underneath your mandible, it's so strong that it supports my mandible, support my tongue. Those I built over the years, and those I've consciously had tongue posture with. When a person is talking, like a person will have a well-defined jawline when they're just like not talking at all, breathing through their mouth, going through their everyday life. But until they start talking, then that's when the jawline kind of disappears. What I do is I actually I people watch a lot, so I actually look at people's facial structures and I can see whether or not this person is breathing correctly or not. And that's honestly like the study of mewing, and the guy who discovered it, Dr. Mew, he discovered that people who breathed out of their mouth developed very poor facial structure, and also those who didn't swallow properly also developed poor facial structure. So this is all in like the dental facial area, and I can definitely see a difference. My jawline has become well defined throughout the years. My side profile has improved a lot, not only just because of mewing, but like I said, the body fat. If you get down to a low body fat, that is the number one most important thing that is going to help your facial structure. You have to get your body fat down. You could do all the mewing in the world, but if your diet is not in check, you will not see a difference. So that is number one. Before you even consider mewing, you need to consider your diet, losing that body fat, losing the weight, getting in the gym, whatever it takes. I think that's why like mewing gets such a bad rep, is because you have like these people who have excess amounts of facial fat, and then they try to mew and they don't see a difference, and you're not going to see a difference. What you really are going to see differences in is this part, the under the neck area. That's where you're really going to see the difference. Now, a lot of guys who have excessive amount of facial fat will have excess amount of neck fat, almost like a double chin, and you'll see it a lot. And people don't have that defined line right there. Again, the main factor is body fat, but another factor to that is just weak muscle tone underneath the neck. Your tongue is a muscle, so underneath here, it can go down, up, whatever. And that's where mewing comes into place. So with tongue posture, it is the most important thing for you to have good tongue posture. I know that sounds super weird. The thing about mewing is the tongue. Now I'm gonna explain this in the most simplest way that I know how, and how it helped me. So basically, what you wanna do is you wanna swallow. Just swallow, just swallow right now. What you'll notice is that like at the end of your swallow, your tongue kind of hits the back of the roof of your mouth, and that's where you want your tongue to be at. And you always want your tongue to be at the roof of your mouth. And what that's gonna do is when you swallow and when your tongue makes that wave, boom, and it hits the back of your mouth, keep it there. you keep it there, and then you kind of move it back a little bit, because if it's back too far, you can actually like cut off your breathing and you can't breathe through your nose. So swallow. So what I have right here is a mewing application. This will be linked down in the description below, and you guys will get a discount for it, and this can help you with mewing and help you consciously pick your tongue up and have good tongue posture. Like when you're around like the 12, 13 age is probably the best time to mew, just because your body is growing. Like my facial structure looks a lot different than when I was a kid. When you're a kid, you hold a lot more fat in your face, you breathe through your mouth, so like your facial structure is not really that structured, you know. Once you figure this out, and once you have proper tongue posture, then you are already like on your way to mewing. So now that we have the tongue posture down, the next big thing is the head posture. Now with head posture, I remember when I was younger, my mom used to always tell me, why do you always look down? Why do you always look down? Why is your head always down? Why is your head always down? I never thought that my head was down. And I don't know if I'm the only one that gets this, but my mom used to actually tell me, like, you always keep your head down. You're always looking at the ground. And I was never looking at the ground. I was always looking ahead. But as I got older, I realized that they were talking about like my head. The angle of my head is always pointed to the ground, but my eyes are always up though. So basically I'm walking like this. And I'm not like aware of like my head, you know, like my head posture and the angle of my jaw or anything like that. So when you go like this, and anytime that you bring your jaw to your neck, it dissolves. No matter what you, I mean, you have to have a pretty well developed jaw line, and it's not the muscle, it's actually the bone, the skeletal structure of it that protrudes out. If your muscle is protruding out, then I mean that's not very aesthetically pleasing, but that's a whole different video. What I'm saying is that the angle of your head is what really matters. So whenever my parents were telling me your head's always down, you know, and I'm always like, no, I'm clearly looking up. They didn't mean my eyes are always down. They meant my head, like the angle of my head. So as soon as I pick it up, as soon as it goes from this to this, my jawline looks significantly better. Head posture is a big factor when it comes to improving your facial structure. I actually like to pick an object like just eye level above, and a lot of people in the modeling industry actually do this too. Whenever they're going down the runways, they'll actually look at something and just focus on that object and just walk. The same thing when you're out in the streets too, man. And especially like if I'm not with anybody and I'm just alone in a public space, it's a perfect place to like, you know, do this. But whenever you're out with like family or friends, whenever you're not talking or anything like that and you're just walking, you can use this technique as well. But typically it's whenever you're alone and you're walking through a public place. Another trick that I like to do is I actually, like when I'm walking, whenever there's like windows or if I pass a mirror, I like to look to the side and make sure, like, you know, hey, is my posture good? So I like to check myself a lot. And that's another thing too, is that like, guys, if you guys want to improve your facial structure and you want to do that in doing like these certain means and like techniques and things like that, then you really want to look in the mirror like a lot, and you really want to focus on like, what can I do to improve my facial structure, and mewing is one of them. So you definitely want to make sure that your posture is nice, your tongue posture is good. So whenever you are walking in a public place and you pass a window, a mirror, and I know it might sound a little narcissistic and I know it might sound like you're a little bit into yourself, but I mean, you kind of are. I mean, you're a guy searching up how to get a better facial structure on YouTube. So like, you're already kind of, you know, into yourself. So just look at a mirror, a window when you pass by it. Make sure that your posture is good, even your back posture too, but make sure that your head posture is good. Make sure that your tongue is up and you don't have any of this. Hold on, I can't even do it. you don't have that excess like tissue. That is where this device comes in. This is the Mewing Appliance. All you do with this is that you put it like this. And that's it. And it doesn't feel uncomfortable at all, but it will make you more conscious of your tongue. It will make you more conscious of your tongue posture, where your tongue is at, and it won't let you like relax your tongue. So this is a great device for mewing if you're a little bit too confused about like what mewing is and how you can apply mewing to your daily life. This Mewing Appliance right here, all you do is you just put it on your tongue, do the whole swallowing technique that I told you about, but don't swallow the damn application or appliance. Don't swallow the damn appliance and stuff, because I don't want to have a lawsuit on me. You put it to the back of your tongue, make sure that the back of your tongue is at the roof of your mouth. That's it. That's all mewing is, man. It's just tongue posture and head posture. So that's it for this video, you guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you guys learned something. I hope you guys can share this with somebody else who is trying to improve their facial structure as well. Like I said, I've been mewing for 2 years consciously. And I got introduced to it about 3 years ago, but it took me a while to like figure it out, like what is mewing, how is it changing your facial structure. But just to review, you need to lose body fat. That is the main thing, because if you have an excess amount of facial fat, you're not going to see the results of mewing. So you need to lose body fat first, then you need to mew. I'm not saying that you can't mew while you have facial fat, but it is definitely best to lose the body fat down, get your diet in check, and then start mewing, because that's when you're gonna see the results. Leave a comment down below if you have also been mewing and if you have any experience with mewing. Yeah, also comment down below any tips or tricks that you guys have for mewing or improving your facial structure as well. And that is it for this video. I'll catch you guys next time.